some serious defences that people are offering.
Yes.
Jump in whenever you want, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going through my notes here.
Yep.
First of all, there's an obvious defence, which is all the election questioning was the truth. Yeah, it was Hugo Chavez was holding the knife in the drawing room.
Yes, I think that one will be shot down by the number of people that Dominion is forcing apologies.
I know, it's so good.
Out of,
yeah,
which is amazing. So they're suing Rudy Giuliani for $2 billion.
$1.3 billion, I believe.
It's probably 2 billion Australian.
Yeah, fair enough. I just want to get it right because he's going to be paying that money.
Yes.
Let me tell you now.
Yeah, he's fucked.
It's important to Rudy Giuliani.
And in the meantime, all of these right-wing outlets have been forced to have these grovelling apologies that Dominion wrote for them.
Yeah, Newsmax giving an apology.
Yeah,
I like that
the
one.
American Thinker was my favourite. Yeah. Yes.
Another defence that I'm hoping that gets used. I mean, Scott Adams, the Dilbert guy, was saying that saying they just handed him the thing he wanted most: a national platform to put election integrity on trial. The Senate will be like the Scopes trial. That's the evolution one.
For those of you unfamiliar with the Scopes trial, so this was the famous case where there was a high school teacher in Tennessee who'd been recruited by the ACLU to deliberately go and teach evolution in a school board where it was banned in order so that they could have this trial that would effectively be evolution on trial. And even though it was the school board that actually won that case, the court said they had the right to ban the teaching of evolution. It was viewed as a long-term loss.
Yeah. Another defence I think is going to be used, I'm expecting to hear this, is that Trump was just using his free speech. Trump was just saying his opinions. He was saying what he was thinking. He was just calling it like it is. He was just saying what he thinks, even if he's wrong, even if he's an idiot, even if whatever. It's what's wrong with Trump. Yeah, saying in good faith that he thinks the election was rigged. If he thinks the election was rigged, First Amendment. And my response to that is that I'm sorry, the president doesn't have free speech like that.
Yeah.
And you might go, hang on. Why not? The parallel I would draw is a judge.
Yes.
If a judge just starts shooting his mouth off and saying, I think you're guilty, I think that Hugo Chavez is responsible before they even hear anything, they get disbarred immediately.
That's true.
And it's because when you hold certain public responsibilities, you don't have free speech to contradict those responsibilities.
Exactly. So the linguistic philosopher J.L. Austin pointed this out. Words can be actions. And if you're the president of the United States, all of your words are potentially actions. Certainly if you're a public official, a lot of your words are actions. And as I've said before many times on this podcast, words are weapons. And I don't think that free speech really comes into it.
They're going to say that, though, for sure.
Do you think anyone is going to use the defense that has been used in court for, I don't know if it was for both Hannity and Carlson, but it was certainly used for Carlson, saying, well, they're not supposed to be taken seriously?
Oh, the not seriously, literally thing.
Yes, so this was used for Carlson. I think it was in a defamation case. So, well, it's part of his brand. He engages in hyperbole. He's an entertainer.
They might try that.
Could that be used with evidence? Yeah, because evidence for that could be, Trump says, now I'm going to walk with you down Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania Avenue. And then he just doesn't. Yeah. Because obvious couple of reasons. First, he's a coward. Second, he hates walking anywhere.
Definitely.
But third and most importantly.
He had TV to watch as well.
Yeah, he's, his mentor is a mafia lawyer who taught him, among other things, how to actually always remove himself from the scene of the crime and remove his fingerprints from it. So, I don't know, could that be a defense?
Potentially.
It was, They could try. He wasn't supposed to be taken seriously here. Yeah.
Look, once again, I think the fact you're president kind of works against that. I think you're meant to take the president seriously. But God knows. Personally, I think the thing they're most likely, they're already saying this, is they're going to focus as much as possible on the speech and make it about the speech.
Yes.
Because the Democrats, for reasons I don't understand, made that prominent in the article when they could have talked about all kinds of stuff. I personally thought the phone call to the Georgia Secretary of State
that was
the dodgiest thing by a long way.
Yes,
I mean, they mentioned that in the article on impeachment, but their emphasis was the speech directly before the insurrection, the incitement, they say. And and the Republicans are already just teeing that up, and they're just quoting over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You'll hear this quote at least 100 times during the trial. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Peacefully and patriotically. Like they're going to say, he wasn't inciting anyone. He said peacefully and patriotically, etc. And they're going to say that you can't draw a direct connection between his speech and the insurrection, because people were at the insurrection without even going to the speech. People turned up in merchandise. They turned up with their T-shirts saying Civil War MAGA and stuff. Like it was clearly not a speech that incited these people. Now, my response to that is, yes, it was the 2 months before that incited those people. But
the Trump era has really been just the golden age of context-free snippets of exonerating speech.
Yeah, that's a wonderful quote. That's a wonderful quote. And by the way, Andy McCarthy, who is a lawyer, worked for the Justice Department under George Bush.
Yeah.
Very, very conservative person.
Yes.
He's a Fox News lawyer. Very, very conservative. His view is that Trump should be impeached, but they should have completely worded the article differently.
Oh, they should have, yeah.
Yeah, and he says it should have been subversion of the Constitution's electoral process, particularly the 12th Amendment counting of the sovereign states' electoral votes, recklessly encouraging a raucous political demonstration that foreseeably devolved into a violent storming of the seat of our government, and depraved indifference to the welfare of the Vice President, Congress, security personnel, and other Americans who were in and around the Capitol on January 6th.
Yeah.
I reckon that's not bad.
Not very often that I agree with him, but yes.
The other thing I'd say to the Democrats, I reckon they've balls this up a little bit, is the fact they don't have a single Republican as an impeachment manager. They had 10 Republicans voting. Why not get one of them to be one of the impeachment managers?
Yeah.
Like
Kinzinger would
have been perfect.
He would have done it.
Like he's basically been the impeachment manager for the last 4 years. So why not get him to fill it officially? Anyway, the other thing I was going to say with the Democrats, which I don't quite get, is why they keep on talking about a short trial. Like they're not going to get their verdict. So the least they can do is put the evidence up.
Yeah.
Like Chris Murphy is saying...
I think they have fucked this up a bit. I don't know what they should have done instead, but it's clear it is just not... it's not going well.
Yeah, I mean, like Chris Murphy, this is a quote. This is a pretty straightforward trial. I never thought it needed to be as long as the Ukraine trial, which is a very complicated charge with a lot of witnesses and important testimony.
It actually wasn't that complicated.
I would hope we could get this done in a week. And Lindsey Graham... I forget Lindsey Graham, but I'm going to talk about him. But but I mean... I'd like to see Ben Sass be a witness.
Yeah.
Let me read a quote from Ben Sass talking to Hugh Hewitt. Sass, I'm sure you've also had conversations with other senior White House officials, as I have. Hugh Hewitt, I have. Sass, as this was unfolding on television, Donald Trump was walking around the White House confused about why other people on his team weren't as excited as he was, as you had rioters pushing against Capitol Police trying to get into the building. Hugh Hewitt, that said, Ben Sass, that was happening. He was delighted. Okay, Ben Sass, get on the stand.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
Let's get them on the stand.
Yeah.
Let's get Reince Priebus on the stand, who told a friend that he was stunned when Trump called him before the election and acted out the script that he was going to enact, including walking up to a podium and prematurely declaring victory on election night if it looked like he was ahead. He pre-planned the entire thing.
I've got to say, Democrats, forget Adam Kinzinger, who I've never forgiven for inviting Malcolm Roberts to Trump's inauguration. No, get Chaz as your impeachment manager.
Yeah, and I'll call them. I'm gonna call Reince Priebus.
Yeah.
First witness. Anyway, so I don't know why they'd have a short trial. And I mean, what else are they going to do? They're going to be filibustered everything else they do.
Because they're Democrats and they specialise in fucking things up.
Tim Kaine's from censure
motions. They specialise in turning strong positions into weak ones.
The only reason you'd have this impeachment, sorry, just keep on this thread. The only reason you have this impeachment is for deterrent for future presidents, right?
Yes,
There is zero deterrent if it's a censure.
Yes.
And if a trial just collapses in a heap. You've got to embarrass him. You've got to shame him at the very least.
Yes.
Otherwise, there's no point whatsoever.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
We've only got a minute left.
All right.